field and we taking it over.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and we are underway from FedEx Field. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First play, Watson to the air. And in. Things up. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now Watson. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of buying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. To throw is Watson. This one is incomplete. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is taken at about the 14. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Here's Gibson to start the drive. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. The numbers on the ground for Gibson a week ago. 15 carries, 65 yards.
One thing I do know, teams in the NFL don't treat this like a pitcher throwing a no-hitter. It's been mentioned all week long about going out and getting him the rushing title. He'll see the ball, and he'll see it often.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. And Howe will throw it. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Howe throwing on 1st down here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlines. But incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Phidarian Mathis in there to drop him, and that will go in the books as the first sack of his young NFL career. Congratulations, young man. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception in the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down. They'll go play action. Howell. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first 2 drives. It looks like they have to give up the football again after this one.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. But not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Now a first down throw, Watson. And he's going to have the hook up to Schwartz. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll bring up second down. Back to throw, Watson. He'll get this to Chubb out of the backfield. They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Now, this defense for the Commanders, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Gibson. Gibson gets hit, and he fumbles it. And I think they did.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. Watson to throw on 3rd and 1. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. York able to send this one through, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. So the fumble recovery had them set up in ideal field position, but they can muster only 3 points out of it.
Yeah, when you're able to force turnovers, especially when it results in field position like they had, you really want to make it hurt. Here, they take the field goal. That's definitely not what they were hoping for.
Well, here we go on the next drive for Washington. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. On first down, Howell. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Gibson here running out of the gun. Tackle by Jordan Elliott.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The defense, they get to Howell. He'll go down here. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 43. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. Howell to the air on 1st and 10. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays. Both north of 20 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Howell, he'll look to throw it. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, his 11th touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Well, we're probably not the first, but all of us at EA Sports certainly want to wish you and yours a happy and prosperous new year. And as a celebration of that, a big slate of NFL games on this Sunday, Week 17. Second to last weekend with the NFL docket. Later tonight, the battle for Los Angeles, Rams and Chargers, 5:15 Pacific at SoFi. And then on Monday night, Charles and I are on to Cincinnati. Bills and Bengals, two cold weather teams in what will be a frigid Paul Brown Stadium. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taking it about the 36. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. He threw touchdown pass number 30 on the year last time he had the ball. We'll look to build on things here, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. They'll start this drive out on the ground and able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Little bootleg here. Howell. They'll roll him out right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Hadn't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 52 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. They'll throw on first down. Here's Howell. Complete. It's Dotson. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Look pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Well, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. They'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And he'll be taken down at the 18. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now it's Watson. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. They go up the middle with Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Here's Watson, option left. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
The whole idea of the screen pass is to fool the defense in a big way and create a big play.
They weren't fooled.
Not 1 second, not 1 bit. How about them figuring it out, diagnosing it, and spilling it for lost yardage?
33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Around the NFL, second quarter in Atlanta. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Howell throwing on 3rd down here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Anytime a ball is thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
Oh, that's you, partner. Second down, here's Chubb again. He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And Washington will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. An update now from Philadelphia. And that's now a 2-touchdown game as the Eagles have scored again. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Powell's throw complete there to Thomas. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Out left to Dotson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one good for 26 and a first down. Here's Howell to throw on 2nd down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Commanders will extend their lead here just before halftime. The extra point by Sly is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line.
Free kick out of bounds.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
He's got a man complete. The 20. Touchdown, Washington. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big-time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
Takes it at the 7. He takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. Here's Nick Chubb as they try to fire up this run game. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Watson. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Chubb on the read option to the 43, 2nd down. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
They give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Watson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson looking for Cooper. That's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think a guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a entire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
They go with Chubb on second down. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. To throw is Watson. Throw left side. There's Schwartz with it. And I don't think he got there. No. He's short by maybe a foot. Maybe. Call it 4th and inches. York able to send this one through, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
There's Terry McLaurin, such an exciting pass catcher as this offense comes out for their next drive. And the previous drive put him up over 1,000 yards for the season. So now it's what you like to refer to, my friend, as gravy time, right?
It is. I mean, he's done it, right? He's accomplished the goal. So the good players, they relax a little, they bask in it. They think this is okay, we've done what we set out to do. The great players decide to push that number as high as they possibly can. I don't expect him to have any let-up in his game the rest of the way.
Great thing if you're on the opposite side. He's such a weapon. He just opens things up for the other guys around him.
Yeah, if you're the opposite receiver, you should expect a few passes come your way too, because I've got to get coverage in his direction.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. 3rd and 2. Here's Howell. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Watson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Watson. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Watson looks to throw again. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And some room to work. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
I'm looking on the sideline. It's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Watson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Watson now to throw. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Back to throw, Watson. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Jedrick Wills, former first-round pick, guilty there. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Again, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Deshaun Watson scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Browns go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point by York is up and good, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes the Washington offense as we're going to look at the playoff race in the NFC. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that #1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, his team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that #1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through, and I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each and every game, they're the ones to deal with in the playoffs.
1st and 10 here for Hal and the Commanders at their own 26. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 2nd down, Hal back to pass. It's complete to Brown, right side. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll try the left side with Gibson. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Here's Tress Way now. He's been terrific so far. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. And again, it's Chubb. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. The Browns on 3rd down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. On 1st down, it's Watson. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. 2 first downs have him up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Out of the gun, Watson. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. 2nd and 12, operating from the 39. Now it's Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Here's where this crowd can really help make things difficult. It's 3rd and 3. Watson. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a 1st down. Looking to throw. Watson. He'll try and set up the screen. Oh, no, he lost the football. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
I know a lot of defensive coaches have certain guys on their squad that they look to as drive stoppers, guys who can make big plays, interceptions, knock it free. In this case, they didn't need one. The offense supplied it for them, just dropping the ball.
Yeah, and that was after they were doing so well on this drive through the air. They go to the ground, doesn't work. He'll get this into the hands of Antonio Gibson. And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. On 1st down, right back to Gibson. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, here's Gibson. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Past the 20, 5, and he's going to be out of bounds all the way down at the 2. So close. personal foul at this stage in the fourth. Hard to believe.
Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it?
Yep. So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, 1st and goal. That one looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. Slide for the PAT. And the lead is up to 15 now. 5 plays there on that drive. And it was Jahan Dotson with a touchdown catch to finish things off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So Deshaun Watson in the offense. Down by 15. A little over a minute and a half remaining. And their 4-game winning streak in great danger. Here's Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku. The Browns trying to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. And he's got it. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Watson to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers.
And this is caught, so it's a late touchdown, but maybe too late. Still a little time left on the clock, however. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score. So that drive spanned 5 plays. So with 14 seconds on the clock, they've got to go with the onside kick. And this will be recovered by Washington, and that should just about do it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
A handoff running left is Gibson. Greg Newsome up to make the